All right, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. I think we are good to go. All right. Hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a wonderful Wednesday here. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream today, and I apologize for that. This morning when I was waking up and taking my daily pills, vitamins and stuff like that, I accidentally took like 3 melatonin, and I wasn't entirely sure what they were at first until I realized the flavor of them. So I've pretty much just been sleeping all day and doing absolutely nothing, which means tonight I might be working a little bit, might be streaming with you guys a little bit later on tonight, but for now I'm still getting back up because I am like groggy. But anyway, let's get Loki a little bit of a treat to get started off with here first, because he is very hungry apparently. Well, you guys can see him right here. Yep. Yum 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 yum. Loki's having a good day. Hey Hexillionaire, happy to see my man Floki getting listed on Coinbase. I did hear about that. Hey Mr. Tanker, hey Duran, and hey Haram. Hope you guys are all having a good day here. Alright, so that's kind of the gist of what I have going on today. So I haven't really had a chance to look too much besides just kind of peeking at a few charts here and there. I didn't miss much. Apparently so. It's been kind of a boring grind here. And trust me, I know. I made a video this morning right after I took those pills because I know I was not going to be doing anything else today. So yeah, melatonin can knock you out. So we'll talk about that. But overall, things are good. I got some music on behind me to keep me like level down here because I still am pretty tired and I have to go to the cigar lounge in a little bit to talk some business, which is always kind of nice. You can have a little bit of fun, but also do a little bit of business. So, but it's just absolutely cold. Last night my power was flickering, so I didn't really stream last night because I didn't want to stream and then go dark. But there was like a bomb cyclone thing or something going on in the Pacific Northwest, which made it just extremely windy. Thank God nothing bad happened over here because I am surrounded by trees. Literally, trees in my front yard, trees like directly to the side of my house, trees directly to the right of my house, and then trees everywhere behind my house. So I was happy there was nothing crazy happening over here. And hey, Villa, happy to see my man. Okay, let me get started over here and let's go over to this one just so we can have an idea of what's going on here. As always, I just want to break down the weekly chart, then daily, then 4 hour, because that kind of gives us a gist. So as far as the weekly chart is concerned, nothing has really changed. Everything is still bullish. We still have momentum climbing week by week, and that's the good news here as far as I'm concerned. And you can see so far we are breaking above that resistance level of $90,900.11. Things are working out in our favor there. Elon Musk just tweeted, just replace democracy with bureaucracy, and it makes total sense. So Elon's tweeting right now, but nothing about Dogecoin. As far as the daily chart's concerned, we still are bullish, but we are losing momentum day by day by day. I really want to see if we can get this momentum juiced back up in a way. So far, we just haven't had that big move like we had back over here post breakout. This, of course, was the post election day, pump you could call it here. But, we broke out. We kept on going higher and higher and higher. And then we ran into that next level of resistance. And so far, we really haven't been able to break above it in a meaningful way. And by that, I mean the weekly chart. We're in the process of it, but we haven't actually completed that breakout just yet. So my plan is, again, just to do a little bit of swing trading here, a little bit of it, not too much, and then just continue to dollar cost average a bunch of these other tokens, so we'll be talking about them in a minute. There's a lot of tokens right now that still remain oversold, whatever you want to call it, in the weekly charts and monthly charts. And even though Bitcoin's been going higher, some of these tokens are definitely going lower right now, because I see Dogecoin going lower, with Bonk, everything I'm looking on my screen right now, except for some stable coins and maybe Leo here, is going down. All right, but let's get back to that in a second here. 4 hour chart, I told you guys it might be a good idea to do some 4 hour trading if, not 4 hour trading, some trading on the 4 hour chart if it went bullish again. And so far, it's a profitable trade. So far, it's profitable. It was not the best beginning here, so just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, you guys know how to trade with my momentum and whatnot. Buy here at the end of it. It went down for like 16 hours, 8 hours, and now you're profitable. So you are profitable on this trade, and it wouldn't have hit any of your stop losses, but it has not been the big robust boom I think we were looking for here. So at this point in time, I still have a trade open that deals with this, but I think I'm just going to hold it, and I moved my stop loss basically to where I bought it, so I'm either going to make nothing, or I'm going to lose just the fees. Let me say that. I'm going to lose just the fees, or we're going to have a big pop up here towards $97,000, $98,000, and then from there I'll be able to take a lot more profit, is what I'm hoping for, at least right now. But so far after that buy, 8 hours of just straight nothingness, and now we're going back up, and now as we're going more sideways, you can definitely see momentum is not as strong as it was just a couple weeks ago or a week ago. I mean, look at that. We want to see something like that continue. Now we're slowly creeping up, and there's less buyers in the market right now. People are really like, okay, should I sell? What should I be doing? You know, so that's fine. You do see, because there's a lot more leverage in altcoins and things like that, a lot more of those leveraged plays have been getting scaled out of. So if I were to go over here to anything like an Ethereum, right, you can see Ethereum has been dying off a little bit here at this big level of support. Will it end up falling back down as Bitcoin continues to go higher? Remains to be seen, but Ethereum is looking a little more bearish right now, especially than Bitcoin. Solana, back over here, rejected by that Fibonacci level. We talked about a few of these levels here, but God, Elon Musk is tweeting like crazy right now. This, again, is a little bit more bearish in the 4-hour chart. So while Bitcoin is actually still doing okay, it's these altcoins that are showing some of those warning signs. And again, it's not the end of the world. As we explained a while ago, we did start dollar cost averaging out of these quite a bit of time ago, right? So Solana, there was a Fibonacci level here, another Fibonacci level way up here. But if you go over here to Dogecoin, I mean, I don't even know if I have the level still up here. You know, my first scale out of Dogecoin, you know, it was right around there, around 22 cents now, and all went up to 45. So again, that's why we're just scaling out little teeny bits here, and we're not going too crazy. But again, that implies that you guys were buying with me when everything was really boring and nobody else wanted to buy some crypto here. It's a different process depending on if you guys don't own any, you know, whiff from way back over here in July and August when it was coming down quite hard, or you don't own any bonk when it was over here really boring for a while. You know what I mean? If you're just buying now, of course, this volatility is going to be a little bit more rough because you haven't been able to experience all the good side. So this, you know, 10-15% pullback is going to seem a little bit more extreme, because, you know, you might be at a loss right now instead of all the people that bought over here that are still in profit. All right, so one more thing very fast. There you go. Yeah, so Solana is hitting some levels of resistance here on the weekly chart. I don't think it's necessarily terrible, but this was a scale out point around 250 that we talked about, as well as 228, both looking good. I will say, if you guys are Solana lovers, and I have been dollar cost averaging Solana a lot more than Ethereum this cycle, mostly because the owner of Ethereum is just really irking me these last few quarters. If we do manage to break above the 250 level with some oomph, I mean, we are launching up towards 339 or 404. Those are huge levels with really good profit returns for Solana. So let's say you bought right now. First level of resistance is 43% profit. Next one appears around 71, 72% profit. So you are looking really good. Now, a couple more things. Things like Dogecoin, again, we just talked about it for a second, but still overall bullish, right? But just like Bitcoin, you are losing a little bit more momentum here. So this is going to be one of those places where if you guys did buy back over here for something of a shorter term swing trade where you guys are just holding for a couple weeks or so, you know, off of the Trump bump, whatever you want to call it, well, then you are scaling out a little bit right now, willing to see it drop down a little bit more, maybe down to the 20-day moving average before making a larger move. If you guys are going to try to buy into Dogecoin again, all you guys have to do is wait for this breakout to occur, and then you want to see a breakout occurring with bullish momentum on the daily chart, and you want to see that bullish momentum happening on the 4-hour chart here. So far, this 4-hour chart has been pretty good at saying, hey, probably not the best time to buy during the 4-hour bearishness. Bullishness right here, again, gave you a little bit of a rally up here, but again, right back up into resistance levels. Do you want to buy up against resistance? Maybe if you're scalping for a couple hours, right? And then so far, we're back into being a little bit more bearish here. I don't think it's too much of a worry, but you are seeing the momentum shift. And that's all I want to tell you, talk to you guys about. Momentum is shifting to more of a bearish attitude amongst altcoins. Bitcoin's bullish. It's just kind of like a diminished bullish than we saw last week. And again, I don't mind that. I wouldn't even mind if Bitcoin actually came down a little bit here, just to give a little more of a breather. We want to see these types of rallies sustain themselves. And if we had a pullback, you know, back down to like $88,000 or something like that, maybe even as far down as $86,000 to consolidate and have a larger move, I'd be fine with that. It's just usually once we get into these rallies, people usually don't give us enough time. So what you see is, you know, maybe a few weeks of going up, when maybe sharp pullback here, but then we eventually go week by week, small moves, maybe a little bit of agitation and whatnot, but usually we're doing fine. What made this past one so much more difficult than what we're seeing now, though, is, you know, let me make this, you know, COVID. Let me just say it frankly. COVID messed up a lot of stuff here. Big dip. right? So we had a little bit of a hiccup here, a little bit of a hiccup here. But afterward, oops, there you go. A little bit of a hiccup here. And then, you know, since then, we really haven't had another big level. Let me see. Yeah, that one's all the way at 185,000. We don't got to worry about that one. If we did get up to 185,000, I'd probably be out of most of my Bitcoin at that point because that is a lot of clusters right there, actually. However, if we bend this back a little bit more over here to the Fib-based log, not going to be as accurate here. Still a little resistance, not as much support. No, that one's not even that good, so we don't have to worry about that one. But yeah, so there's still some Fibonacci levels to worry about, and or this one, which I didn't really use back in 20. Probably that one would probably be the best. Yeah. Resistance, 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 broke out, resistance, resistance, resistance. Not much, not much. That's not terrible. Oh, did I mess it up though? There you go. Not as bad, that one. I guess way back in the scheme of things, it ended up helping us out a little bit, but that's fine. All right. Let's remove this one right here. That's from a different talk. All right, there we go. Yeah, but that's kind of the gist of what we're seeing right now. I was hoping that we might see a little bit more of movement by now, but again, you know, I'm willing to be patient at this point. Go over here to coinmarketcap.com. There's stuff moving. Floki, we just talked about the news there. I think who brought that up? Hexillionaire right there. Floki getting listed on Coinbase. That made it jump up around 10%. Tezos is up 5. Tau is up 3.5. Bitcoin's up 2. HBAR is up a teeny bit. Small moves, you know. I think what you're going to see, though, is obviously more stuff heading down. Godius Maximus is down 25%. Thank God we started to scale out of this stuff, right? Peanut never was able to buy into it. But damn, it's down 42% in the last 7 days. Damn. Bonk is down 17%. Popcat is down 13%. Jasmine is down 12%. Beam is down 10%. Mog is down 8%, right? World Token is down 7%. Yeah, really, honestly, thank God for scaling out during these periods of times. But, well, it's always kind of interesting because if you guys look at some of these tokens, we kind of scaled out too early, but we scaled out early enough to make profit, right? So let's go over here to the daily chart. All right, and so, yeah. So we were scaling out around here, maybe not the very top, and there was a difference between scaling at 120 and 40. There's a big difference there. But we don't have to worry about all the shit that happens afterwards. I mean, even if you would manage to buy over here during the Trump bump and you sold off over here, you're still pretty happy because you're pretty close to breaking even at this point, right? So just depends on how you guys want to trade and where you guys want to scale out. I think I didn't talk too much about Godius Maximus just because it was kind of more of a meme thing, but scaling out a little bit right here and a little bit right here, your average is probably going to be right there. Maybe even a little bit, that's probably right. It's going to be a little bit higher perhaps because technically you guys only take small positions right here out, take larger positions the further you go up here. But again, you get the point. Scaling out did seem to have a nice impact for us. However, what am I doing with a lot of these tokens right now? I'm just dollar cost averaging them in a little bit, right? Every few days I'm tossing in 20, 40 bucks. Not a lot because again, it doesn't take a lot of money to make these things get you some good profit. A little bit of money in here, and I'm just going to wait. That's my whole plan for right now. And so far, every few days, you know, again, this daily chart, you know, buy a little bit right here, a few more days, buy a little bit more here. Technically, I haven't bought yet. I'm going to wait till tomorrow to buy, but again, I think it's an okay thing to do. Here, do you want a treat, Loki? There you go. Here's a treat. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of the gist. As far as everything else is concerned with the market, if you guys didn't know, Bitcoin reaches an all-time high of $95,000. I was trying to find this out over here on the 15-minute chart so you guys can see it a little bit better. Again, we've just been kind of grinding. We haven't stalled, but we're just grinding to, we're slowing down a teeny bit, The Binance one is still 94,977. Right, so a little bit different than the Robinhood one, but I'm thinking about maybe the Robinhood one is using the USD, which I think it is, instead of Tether, right, which is a little bit different. CZ says 2 years ago this week, Bitcoin price was a low of 16,000. Many were panicking. A few kept building. Bitcoin is not dead. We are still here. Yeah, that was definitely a crazy time, right? Bitcoin holders, they're just lucky. Bitcoin holders, Bitcoin holders, there you go. We really are like coming down 10 steps, flying up and a little bit more. But you know what? That's okay. Me in 2009, instead of buying Bitcoin, let's see. Anything else? Enough of this nonsense. When is MSTR gonna fucking crash? I don't know why people go against things like MSTR though. I feel like if you want to be more legitimate traders and make easier amounts of capital, you're going to stay away from things like MSTR where they're not trading 24/7 along with the asset they're kind of based off of, like Bitcoin. Wouldn't you rather just try to bet against, or with Microsoft or Apple or Tesla? Maybe not Tesla. Tesla, I hate trading Tesla, but wouldn't it be better to do something like that? I feel like it would be, and so that's why I'm always like, when people say that, I'm like, you're the one that chose to go after MSTR knowing the premiums are sky high, the delta is extremely crazy over there, the implied volatility is extremely crazy over there with options. Why not just go play with something nice like the SPY? Makes so much more sense in my opinion. Anyway, Richard, happy to see my man. Hope you're well. I wonder if it's a double top formation we have on the 1 hour Bitcoin chart. 1 hour. I would call it more of a pennant as of now, but I guess pennants usually happen before the double top completes itself, if that makes sense. So what I'm looking at here in my brain is more of like what happens right here. Is Bitcoin going to break down? It looks like it is, but we have to wait and see. The whales here have been pretty good at just causing some chaos, right? As you can see right here with this trend, breakdown, and all of a sudden whoop-de-whoop, and it's not as easy as it once was. So right now, if you're looking at it, I would say momentum is definitely sliding back down. You can kind of see a little bit right there with the histograms. It is sliding down a little bit here, but the 4 hour chart remains bullish. The daily chart remains bullish, and the weekly chart remains bullish. So I'd be very careful about hopping in there for too long of a period of time. When I look at the moments like this, I'm usually just in there for a little bit, and I might even be paying more attention to the 30-minute chart over the hourly chart, right? So for now, you have some support. You can actually see here, actually, already had a small breakdown there. Technically a breakdown there, right? So it's just not as easy right now going against the grain because you are seeing a lot more volatility coming in here. And all I mean by that is you may see a technical analysis that may work out for you. And then boom, all of a sudden we have a whale coming in to buy up because we want to go up to all-time highs. And again, we are like extremely close to all-time highs right now, which makes this even more complicated, which is why most of my trades have been happening off of that 4 hour chart. And you guys know my philosophy. If the daily chart's good, the weekly chart's good, and the 4 hour chart is good, I'm happy to buy. But the 4 hour chart went good a while ago, right over here. And this was the scary part on my behalf because I bought, which again is a little bit more risky because you're buying at a major level of resistance, which I typically don't do. But we're also having a breakout here, which is also something I like to have. So a little bit of a different risk portfolio, if you will. But look what happened after I bought it. Basically ran up a little bit, came all the way back down, sideways, sideways, sideways. And then after a while, again, like after hours of waiting, right, finally started to see some good moves, like 14 hours, right? Finally started to see some good moves, and so far we're fine. But again, when I'm holding different assets right now, you guys know my rule. When things are looking a little bit more choppy, it's going to be 20 to 30 hours. 20 to 30 hours is usually the time frame there. So if you poke this right here, that's about 24 hours right here. We're pretty much approaching the was that 24 plus 10? Yeah, 34 hour mark. We're pretty much over my limit here of what I like. So maybe I might just move my stop loss up. Well, I didn't, never mind. My stop loss is basically here. So if it comes back down, I'm losing their fees only and not making any profit. When I could sell right now, but I'm choosing to have some hope with Bitcoin. Momentum is still strong. We keep on hearing more news about Trump and his cabinet picks and what's going on there with Bitcoin and whatnot. But that's enough good news for me. The only thing I was really concerned about, we talked about it a little bit, not last night, but yesterday morning, was just what happened with Nvidia. And Nvidia, good earnings, but it was the guidance, like we talked about, that might have people concerned in the long run here, or in the short term. And then because the after hour momentum is shifting down a little bit. There you go. But yeah, so again, earnings was probably not the best thing that happened to us today. I mean, just, yeah, you can kind of see that happening right now. Just nasty move. Again, I don't even think the earnings were necessarily bad. It's just the guidance wasn't what people were looking for, which is going to be hard for Nvidia because it's doing a fantastic job. Can you imagine if AI actually becomes really useful, how much money they're going to make? Remember, right now, we're kind of like, we're not using AI as much as we could. A few people are, but not many. Oh, are we about to go to all-time highs again? See these little things? See what I mean? Like, here's a... We broke down, and whoop, because that momentum was still strong enough, right? On the upward side, on the 4-hour chart, the daily chart, and the weekly chart. This is why I'm like so about bearish, anything bearish right now. Maybe in the scheme of things, yeah, but I mean, we're just kind of getting launched right now, which is kind of hilarious. So let me put this up here to all-time highs again. One-minute chart here. I got tea to drink because I'm not dehydrated, but thirsty. I've been chugging a bunch of water these last few days, and I found some old tea packets from like 5 years ago that still work out pretty well. They're like spicy orange. It's almost like those fire candies from when you were a kid with orange slices. There we go. Still too fucking hot to drink, but that's okay. Should have filled up my water cup as well. All right, so while we're doing this, though, and while Bitcoin's still consolidating here, let's go to an hourly chart, and I just want to see what's going on with a bunch of other things here. Let's go over to a larger chart. Not that one. There we go. So let's see what we can find. I mean, Ethereum. See, look at Bitcoin's doing fine. We don't even need to go to the hourly chart thing. This is the daily chart for Ethereum. Ethereum is not matching Bitcoin's ferocity right now. In fact, Ethereum is looking like it wants to break down even more. However, with Ethereum, as far as I'm concerned, this is all dollar cost average territory right here. That's all just me buying up a little bit more, and me being happy with that. Solana, cooling off after a little bit of Fibonacci troubles. Again, I'm not too concerned. Dogecoin, this is not cooling off that much at all. It's just going sideways. I love a sideways chart. That means there's still a lot of buying happening right now, and people aren't just selling off en masse. And I believe there's a lot of die holders when it comes to Dogecoin here. And remember, there's a lot of people in Dogecoin holding some fucking fat bags, and it reached all the way up to 41 cents, and the bags didn't really affect us all too much at all. That is crazy. I mean, again, the people that bought Dogecoin at like 20 cents watched it go all the way up to like 70 cents, they watched it all the way go back down to a nickel, and they're still holding it. Maybe they panic sold back in the day or something, but there are still a lot of people that have bags, and they have not bothered to sell those bags during this rally, which has been, kind of a testament to how much people like Dogecoin. And I think that's because of what Elon Musk has been able to do. Now they're like, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. All that stuff helps out with the psyche of the holder of the token. WIF coming down quite hard. I'm dollar cost averaging this a little bit more. Again, it's meme tokens and whatnot. Bonk is coming down, but for heaven's sakes, Bonk has had such a great rally over the past few days. Good. AI tokens, which I've been looking at. Let me just point some out to you. Ocean, not doing so hot, had a breakout, meant absolutely nothing. World token had a nice little breakout for a little bit, didn't do nothing. But yeah, I mean, it's just been a shame here. This longer term breakout seems to be working out okay in our favor, but it's just a slow grind, and it looks like Bitcoin dominance is still going to be going higher here. So while we're getting very close to this, let me go back over here for a peak. We're cooling off a little bit. Okay. Let's go over here and find out. I must be just too zoomed in at this point. Bitcoin dominance, here we go. I mean, we're up to 60.4% right now. Ethereum is down a little bit. Others are down a little bit right now. Yeah, it's Bitcoin here. Yearly high and low is 60.1%. I mean, we're breaking out to yearly highs, it looks like right now. Anything else? They keep on changing this page, so I'm not entirely sure. Fear and greed index. We're in extreme greed right now. Typically, when we're in extreme greed, we do come down a little bit. That's fine right now, 30 days. Anything else here? No. Ooh, altcoin season index. I don't think I've actually read this before. It's claiming we're in altcoin season here. Or which one? Bitcoin season, altcoin market cap. Oh no, okay, we're not in altcoin season, we're in altcoin season market cap. Okay, that's interesting. All right. I say this does not feel like a good old altcoin season. Let's go over here to the 15-minute chart. Maybe the 5-minute will give us a little bit more of a wiggle room here to see what's going on. There we are. Ethereum has been a bummer. Yes, it has been. Again, that's why I've been kind of more of a Solana fan. But it's just because that Vitalik guy gives me the creep sometimes. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I want to invest much more in Ethereum. I own it. You know, I own quite a bit. I have been buying it for a while. But I feel like going forward, I just want to start doing a little more dollar cost averaging in Solana. Let's see. And hey, Bill Showtime, happy to see my man. Hope you will. I wonder if there's a double. Oh, no. Sorry, I already read that one right there. Let's see. Few days and 400-ish later, I've got my 7800 3XD CPU today. Oh, nice, man. I know I got a quote today from somebody at Puget Sound Systems, but they're having trouble getting me a computer that will match all my gaming needs and all my editing needs. But I think he may think my gaming needs are like too high or something like that. And I probably like oversold what I need or something like that. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna go up to Puget Sound Systems, I think sometime this week or next week, and I'm gonna go talk with the sales guy and just explain everything I need and what type of video games I want to play it on. Because right now, all I want to do is play like Star Citizen with maxed out resolution, maxed out everything with no issues whatsoever. I don't think it'll be incredibly hard, but it does take up some space. And then I want it to run DaVinci Pro Studio, right? I want to run that with no problems whatsoever with like 4K ultra high definition video and shit. Because I got this nice camera. You guys can't tell because I think I'm only, well, I might be streaming in 4K right now, maybe. You know, I have a nicer camera, and I want that nicer camera to shine. Except for, I move too much when I'm chilling down, so I keep on going to the corner of my screen. But yeah, okay, hold on. Sorry, Loki wants a treat. He's been the biggest baby today. I think that's because he ran outside for a while today. I let him outside for a long time, actually. And I think he's just a little bit more hungry because of all the exercise he did today. So, yep. You gotta nibble it though. Yep. Okay, good boy. Yep. Ew. Smells like chicken. Alrighty, there we go. I mean, but Bitcoin overall still looking okay here. Can we break out to all-time highs again? That's the question. What, like 60? Okay, we're just like 25 bucks away right now. We're trying. It's been the weirdest grind of the week, but hey, here we are. And hey, Tim, happy to see you, man. Let's see. The chance of shaking us from our Doge is slim and none. I mean, yeah. I mean, Dogecoin holders are really diehards, if you ask me. I mean, heck, I didn't even sell my Dogecoin when I could have back in the day. Elon Musk is a big part of why people choose to hold their Dogecoin, right? Do I think 80 has any more fuel left? I think it does, but it's more of a dollar cost average thing right now, just because, again, the reason it pumped wasn't just because of technicals, it was because of news. So news is a little bit more difficult because then the price action will come back down and cool off a little bit more heavily than everything else, just because it spikes so much more. So you're basically just buying some up right now and waiting for that big move to happen. But yeah, I think there's still plenty of gas in the tank. But it's like, you know, long-term gas. It's like, but next few months it'll be higher than where it is now, that type of stuff. Not maybe next few days it'll be higher than where it is. We'll have to see Bitcoin have another big move. Then we'll have to see, I'd probably see Bitcoin probably consolidate somewhere close to the high 90,000s. I think by then you'll see altcoins start to really have some rebounds. It'll look again, the charts are going to look absolutely stupid because you're going to see these really clear, nice grinding charts down. Then it'll just go pop, 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 and then it'll be too late to buy, which is the only reason I'm really dollar cost averaging a lot right now. But yeah, I mean, as long as Bitcoin's good, I still have faith for a lot of other altcoins out there. And again, most of the stuff we're seeing right now is all because of one big news event, which was the election, which is technically turning into a fundamental event now. Let me see if I can find some news over here for us, though. Let me push this on to the side as we kind of see if Bitcoin can go higher. I could have swore... see. So as Bitcoin cools off here, just a second. Fuck's sake. There you go. So Trump team set to open crypto policy role in the White House. Donald Trump's transition team is allegedly working to create a crypto position in the White House after speaking with candidates who could fit the first-time role. Bloomberg stated that the exact nature of their position is uncertain, but it may resemble a senior staff role at the White House or a crypto czar. Like we have the border czar, a crypto czar. This role could involve coordinating policy and regulation across various federal agencies, although the specific details are still being determined. The position would also oversee a small team and act as a link between Congress, the White House, and regulatory bodies responsible for cryptocurrency oversight, such as the Securities and Exchange Commission and Commodities and Futures Trading Commission, CFTC. Right? So, again, if the rumors are true, it could signal the beginning of a very positive regulatory environment for the industry. That's what we're looking for right now. That's exactly what we're looking for. So there's still plenty of good news coming out. This is going to be great for us, while we're holding in 2026, 2027, 2028 long-term stuff. But until then, we just gotta ride the wave and enjoy the good news as it comes out. But I mean, this is just another reason to hold Bitcoin longer and longer and longer. And, I think this will justify some portfolios, not all. I think most portfolios in New York, they're going to have about 1% to 2% of their assets in Bitcoin. If you have a positive regulatory environment, I think you can bump it up to 3 or 4%, which might not seem like a lot, but that is like a 100% increase of what they had before. So I do think that's probably where we're headed right now. And if Wall Street does decide to get on board, they're getting more active here. I think that's good for everybody. I just don't know how does Wall Street behave if Bitcoin goes into a crypto winter where Bitcoin is crashing like 40, 50%? What happens during that time? I honestly don't know. Will they understand why they bought Bitcoin and therefore they're going to hold it for the long term, so they're not going to sell and panic with everybody else? Or are they going to make it more of a trade and say, hey, we bought this stuff at $69,000, let's just say $74,000, and we're seeing it crash right now, and it's currently at $90,000 after a crash. Let's take our profits here, and we'll get back in when we feel like it's safe from our technical analysis. There's a whole bunch of different things they can do. But, you guys know me. Once I start to see us plateauing off at a big level, I typically start scaling out more and more and more. And on top of that, actually, when that death cross hits, I'm shorting everything. Mostly altcoins, but I'm going to be shorting a shit ton of stuff. But we just have to wait. We have to be patient and wait. And hey, Delilah, happy to see you very, very much. I'm happy. Guys, the reason I wasn't streaming earlier today, I made a mistake. So I have different pills I take during certain times of the day. So like vitamins, fish oil pills, and stuff like that, right? This morning after I ate breakfast, I was drinking some tea, and I was like, oh, I forgot these 2 pills. I wonder what they are. And I just like slopped them in my mouth, and they were God, what is it called? My brain is going to metachlorians, but that's because I just watched Star Wars. It's not metachlorians. It's that one thing that's like sleeping pills, basically. So I basically been sleeping all day, and I'm just now getting back into like, oh, I'm awake. Let's see what happens here type of stuff. But yeah, I've been pretty much sluggish all day, like responding to text messages and stuff slowly, and I'm like, ugh. But after this stream, I'm going to the cigar lounge because I have to do some business down there, and I'm gonna grab a few drinks or something. But yeah, it's been just a long day of doing nothing. When you want to do something, but your brain is just like, you're physically so tired, you're just gonna stay in bed. It's that type of stuff. Who said that if there was crypto was US based, there would be no capital gains tax? I haven't heard of that yet. Maybe that'll happen with a new administration, perhaps when Trump gets into office. But it wouldn't probably happen until 2025, 2026, 2026, if that was to happen, because later on this year, they are going to try to pass, and I would say refresh, the tax cuts. They may have to change that up for crypto a little bit within those tax cuts or that tax bill. But I don't know who would have said that. That's a good question for ChatGPT. They will panic. Yeah, that's probably the best way to say it. I take crazy pill prescriptions, takes the edge off. What do you call? I wish I had access to crazy pills sometimes, but that just makes me more calm and relaxed when I'm watching the charts here. Because the other day I was like, damn, I hope this trade works out. You guys know I'm trying to buy a new computer here, so I was like, don't want to dip into my crypto accounts or something like that, or no. I mean, I guess I can buy it right now if I really wanted to, but when I want to buy something new that's expensive, I typically don't want to just buy it. I typically want to make enough money trading to just buy it like that. That may make 2, 4. That could take a week or something like that, depending on how the market is, you know. But I typically don't want to mess with it too much because let me see if I can find the email here. I don't know which email I use though. It's probably my business email. Let's see, YouTube surveys. Go over here to my email very fast so you can see. Yeah, so it says, I appreciate the email and the additional details. Yes, yes, yes. PDF quote here. Making sure my address and stuff isn't locked in here, but oh, my address is like flat up on the top. Okay, hold on a second here, guys. This made it a trick. All right, but basically, I know it's gonna be hard to see here. Oh shit. I don't want to draw. I just want to click. Why are you doing that to me? Okay, let's just save it, and I'll open it up, and then I'll zoom in on the software that it opens it up on. But we'll do this in a second. Let me see if Bitcoin actually breaks out here. We might be able to break out here. We are very, very close. What are we at? 1 second chart should do the trick here. There we go. Breakout to all-time highs again. Nice. Now we're at $94,999. Might as well adjust it here right afterwards, right? 95,000. I think we can break above this if we broke above that last level of resistance, so I don't think that's going to be an issue here. Just give it a second. Give it a second. Come on. Okay, well, there we are right now. We should be able to, there we go. Okay, yeah. There, look at that. This is the type of pop we had been looking for a minute here. And this should give altcoins a little bit of a better reason to be jubilant, if you will. So the daily chart, again, looking good. Thank God for the 4-hour momentum shift over here. I like being right, but god damn, it's scary sometimes when you're at all-time highs. There we go. All right, very fast. This is the quote I got. There you go. So you guys can still see the move. It's like $13,000. So I know I'm going to probably pay this much for a computer. That's fine. But I got to make sure this runs everything I want to. It also has like two GPUs in it, which is going to be pretty cool. But yeah, so I'll wait to see how all that turns out. See, I'm getting messages from all of my apps saying, hey, Bitcoin's going higher. If only my altcoins were going higher, right? That'd make my life a little bit easier. Let me see how my accounts are doing right now. Let's go over here to the futures trading. Anything over here? No, not. I mean, it's still fine. I mean, like Cat's still up 680%. I see some good moves here, but we're not higher than we were a few days ago. That's for sure. Let me go over here to my ZoomX account because that's the one where we did the Bitcoin swing trade together. There you go. Am I not logged in? God damn it. I don't like how this thing doesn't let me stay logged in. Let's see. Verification succeeded. Of course it did. So right now the Bitcoin trade is... Yeah, it's up 367% right now. We're still doing good. We entered into this position at 69,572. This was the trade we took when the weekly MACD flipped green. And so far, it's been a good hold here. Sheeb is up a couple 100%. Sundog's up a couple 100%. Chess is only up 70%. Moondang is up around 900%. Deep is now negative at negative 40%. And then Goat is up 500%. We sold off some Goat a while ago, I believe. Not on this one, but on, I think, a week's it was. Because it ran up to like 1,400%. We needed to sell some of that suckers. Damn. I mean, now Bitcoin is up, yeah, 373, yeah. There we go. Maybe it was a good thing that I decided to stream later on the night and not not at my normal 5 o'clock time. At my normal 5 o'clock time, what would be happening right now? 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Yeah, I would be streaming just for the dip before the breakout. It was meant to be. It was definitely meant to be here. There you go. Well, what's interesting today, if you guys actually did keep track of the market sessions, Tokyo time is having more fun. New York time did nothing. I think New York time did nothing today because of Nvidia earnings and everybody freaking out about that, because typically New York time is the fun stuff. But Tokyo's been more active, a little bit more here. London, even a little bit more active as well, kind of more during the American overlap, but still, we'll take it, right? We'll definitely take it. So Bitcoin definitely making a nice push here for now. Why is my audio not working? Why is it lo-fi when I chose hip-hop? I swear this service sucks so much, but it's like the only place I can go to play music. Otherwise, I end up like CryptoFace. Like CryptoFace plays some good music sometimes on the streams. And it's giving me lo-fi music here. Yeah, it's such a fucking piece of shit. But yeah, he plays good music, but then his channel will just, or his stream will just be terminated short term because of because he's playing music he's not supposed to be playing. Hey, Richard, fantastic. So glad about this breakout. Definitely a good breakout right now. Been waiting for it, though. Been waiting for a minute for it. Yikes, that's 2 of my vans, right? Right? And hey, Waldo, happy to see you joining in at a really good time. Bitcoin is breaking out to all-time highs. This is what the weekly chart looks like, just so you guys can see. We are slowly heading back up here towards $104,000, which is our next level of resistance. Looking very, very good here. Very, very good. The last few weeks have just been absolutely fantastic. All because of a freaking election just because of an election. That's the crazy thing about all this. People are piling into US tokens like XRP. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I dollar cost averaged into it for a while, but I stopped buying XRP a while ago because I have like a few $1,000s worth. And I'm hoping the market cap goes up higher. I mean, there's a bunch of tokens I used to buy heavily that I just don't do too much anymore. Like you could even consider Litecoin in that list. ADA was in that list. Dogecoin was in that list. I don't really dollar cost average Dogecoin as much, but I also, again, I have such a large amount of it. I don't need to. Maybe a few other ones. I don't invest as heavily into STMX anymore, but I have a good amount of it. So, you know, if I found an American one that I like that kind of is here where they actually make money, I've been more than willing to just toss a few $100 into it at least, and then just leave it alone. Rarely have they actually gone, you know, back to zero or something like that, which is kind of nice to see. Who is CryptoFace? CryptoFace is an influencer in the crypto space who basically wears a mask. He's a really chill guy. He trades large quantities of crypto assets. I don't know if he opens trades while live streaming. I haven't seen him do it in a minute, but he does have some big trades there. And really chill guy. I mean, he's just chill. I mean, he's really nice. I've only met him once in Nashville, but just talking to him for a few minutes, he matches my vibe of just like stay on the outside a little bit, let all the party guys party, Just relax. Or if you're gonna do something really fun, you're still relaxing while you're doing something really, really fun. But yeah, really chill guy. I highly recommend you guys check out his channel. He's a different vibe. He's a much different vibe. Much different vibe than me, but he's a good guy. Good guy. Good people. Can you do some fundamentals on BitTorrent? I haven't seen BitTorrent in a long time here. Not much is happening so far. I mean, you had the technical breakout a while ago. Momentum was probably okay. Let's see. Momentum is bullish here. Your next level of resistance happens to be about, well, that's not a resistance level, that's just a trend line. Up here towards 209. Monthly chart. This is probably the better way to use it. Resistance. Yeah, I would see up here towards 158 is going to be another level. Up here towards 195 is going to be a level. So if you are buying right now, it looks like it's probably for a wave up there. But it looks like there should be a box from that level that we just talked about a few minutes ago, or a few seconds ago. So hold on a second here. Let's give her that line. Yeah. If you're buying right now some some BitTorrent, I'd sell it in this block over here between the Fibonacci level and this peak where you see all the wicks of these candles at. So that's between 157 and 170 basically is where I'd be looking to sell. So far, I mean, it still remains bullish, but momentum is being lost fast. Weekly chart remains bullish. So you're pretty much just taking these opportunities to buy and dollar cost average over the next few weeks before it makes that larger move. Let's see. I mean, it's still finding a way to rebound here. Somebody tried to sell some off and it did not work out in their favor. There you go. Still trying to move though. I like when you can have a nice clean breakout. Let's see. Michael, considering doing courses or one-on-one consulting? Not really, just because I don't have the time. I've tried to do courses so much. Like, I've tried to do legitimate courses time after time after time. My ADHD does not allow me to do that. Like, and I've tried, and I just get really stressed out and burnt out making courses. Maybe I'll try again or something. I'm basically going to have ChatGPT help me create it. That's the only way I can kind of get it done. It's just that, like, ChatGPT gives you good information, but like I have to plug in so much extra stuff. I have to do charts and stuff. So I'm thinking of maybe just making $100 course. It'll be free for members for like the first month or two, because if you pay $1.99, to me, not $1.99, yeah, pay $1.99, you don't have to pay the $100, right? But basically they get access that way. But for everybody else, it'll be $100 after that month or so, and then it'll basically go over the basics here. But I'm not sure the best way to structure it right now. It'd be long. It'd be like 40 to 50 hours long. But that's why I just tried to tell you guys my trading strategy, because my trading strategy is solid. That's actually one of the reasons that me and CryptoFace get along. We have a similar type of trading strategy. He has Market Cipher, which has a bunch of bells and whistles, right? That I think is very useful for new investors and things like that. Like, I probably still have access to it, even though I haven't used it in a minute. I mean, he lets me use Market Cipher for free. I mean, he's a really chill guy, right? So I get free access to Market Cipher. I've learned how to use it quite well. All that good stuff here. But yeah, really chill guy. Cannot say enough about Market Cipher. If you're in his chat, tell him Michael says hi. I haven't talked to him in, I don't think, a few days though. The last time I talked to him, I think he was heading for like Dubai or something. Maybe. It was Dubai. Maybe that was Tom. I forget. But yeah, there's been a lot more traveling going on over the last few weeks here in the crypto community. I have not been traveling. Well, okay, I went to Salt Lake City and Vegas, but like that's not a lot of travel compared to how some of these other influencers do it. I think right now Art Basel is going on right now. Art Basel, this is where everybody else is going right now. December 6th through 8th. Yeah, this is the next place everybody's going to be at. I don't really care. I don't really care about Art Basel too much, to be honest, guys. It's a place to be for people that want to be in the cool place. But for me, I'm like, I'm tired, guys. It's been a long fucking year. I don't mind it. Hey, Digital K. Bitcoin dominant charts. Oh, hold on. This guy's trolling. Hold on. How do I... Oh, I'm in the wrong whole fucking place. So hold on. Boom. Boom. There we go. There we go. No, it's okay. He's been causing issues for the last few days, but I've been trying to be like more lenient. Because I try to be lenient on this channel, but I'm like, ugh, okay. He's been spewing out some bad info. Info that makes people lose money, actually. We talked about Dogecoin a little bit ago. High right now, it's just dollar cost average game. It remains pretty bullish compared to a lot of other altcoins right now. It hasn't had a steep drop off, so I'm pretty confident it can continue going higher, especially as Bitcoin's breaking out right now. But for me, it's just dollar cost averaging. It's not like open up a swing trade here and hope for the best. I'd rather see Dogecoin have another breakout before I hop into that type of stuff. Look, you're going to take a bath if you keep on being a big baby like that. You can't whine to get treats. I mean, he will whine to get treats, but he's not allowed to do it constantly. Whining is one of my least favorite sounds from a dog. Least favorite sounds. But I have to pay attention to it because, again, there could be a problem I have to address, right? So I make sure, like, look at him. You're fine. You look okay. Then I'm looking at him. He's looking at treats. He's not even looking at me. He's looking at snacks. So he only gets so many treats per the day. So many treats. But then I'll give him a little butt scratch to calm him down, right? Got him? Yeah, I mean, yeah. When people are like that, I'm like, ugh. You know what I mean? How about Peanut? Okay, Peanut's been an absolute disaster this week, but again, it's kind of had such a crazy run up that it's just like, what can you do? So this is the daily chart for Peanut, right? So it did have that amazing run up, but since the high, it's down 47%. It's down quite a bit. What makes me not want to hop into Peanut right away, and again, this is just different things. Like I missed it. I don't want to catch on to it. The market cap right now is like $1.3 billion. That's crazy. Will I toss some money in there for spot, maybe at $5, $20 to see what happens? Maybe, yeah, sure. But like anything else besides that, I don't know. I'm not too excited. In the last 24 hours, it's down 16%. I think that's actually up a little bit from where it was, before this Bitcoin breakout. But yeah, I don't know. I've been buying a bunch of tokens. They've been good or bad. They've been very volatile, but I mean, like the other one, what's the other one? Crab coin. This one's down. Oh, it's actually only down 1%. That's interesting. It's up 6% on the day. Wow, it's actually been going up since I bought it. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, so I've been buying up more of these types of tokens, like $25 million market cap, $26 million market cap. But there's only so many of them, right? And because I only buy them on certain exchanges like a crypto.com, I go into crypto.com and I see what they have. So like example here, I know you guys can't really see what I'm talking about. But if you go over to crypto.com, we can watch Bitcoin here for a second. Let's go to the market cipher chart here. How do I do this? There we go. All right. So if you go to crypto.com on the app, you can go over to something called the market, and you could go over to categories on the top page, and you guys won't be able to see it. But in there, it's going to be memes. Memes is going to be one of the sections you see. And then from there, you basically just keep scrolling down, and it'll say large cap. You can make it go to small cap, top performers, worst performers, and you can see all the tokens you can buy with small caps, right? And that'll be buy the dip, Crob, Doge Killer, MFR Coin, Crow with Knife. Oh, my Crow with Knife is up 16% so far today. That's good to see. Milady, Nero, Ethereum, Manicky. You can get those really low market cap tokens on there. Not all of them. There's a few, but it doesn't matter. Like I'm like, hey, sweet. But yeah, sometimes you just can't buy all of them. You know what I mean? Or you don't want to swap for them. I don't want to swap. That's my thing. I don't want to swap for them. But Peanut right now, it's having a really rough time. It's okay to dollar cost average into it if you want to. I don't think it's like the worst thing to do because it is very volatile. I think people would rush back into it in a heartbeat. I don't think that the meme of Peanut is going to be dying off anytime soon. Like the memeability of it on Twitter, on X, on YouTube or Blue Sky, whatever the fucking platforms out there right now. I don't think it's going to be a horrible thing right there. The newest one is Chill Bull. There you go. I'm hoping Peanut will have a good run up when altcoin season kicks off. I mean, it's already had a great run up so far, so I don't expect it to really die off, like I said, anytime soon. It's just going to be much more of a grind, and then it'll have those big pops when altcoin season really kicks off. And again, we really haven't seen altcoin season kick off too much here. Some coins have been moving up, but again, all you have to do to see if we're in an altcoin season, in my opinion, is just pay attention to those weekly charts. And not even weekly charts, actually. It'd be more of those monthly charts. Those monthly charts give you a really good idea of what's happening. So Bitcoin now, obviously doing great. Ethereum, not even at all-time highs. Solana, close to all-time highs, but not there yet. Doge, it's whiff. Dogecoin, not there. STMX, not there. Sheeb, not there. Pepe, doing fantastic. That's beautiful. Ape token, not there. Arbitrum, not there. AXS, not there. Chili's, not there. Avex, not there. Jasmine, not there. I'm going to sound repetitive here, but Comp, not here. It kind of feels like we're headed there for the next few, like in the next few weeks from now, maybe December things really kick off. But right now it's like, we have a long way to go here, folks. Crow doing pretty well, but not there. Dot, Doge on Mars, Injective, EOS, Ethereum Classic, Filecoin. We're just in such a different place. Everything's at support levels for the most part. I mean, that's a beautiful sight right there. Let's see. Peanut already tapped $1 billion. Yeah, Peanut is something where you'd probably just put a little bit of money in there to make a lot of money. But yeah, it's still above $1 billion, I think, at this price right now. So again, it's kind of already like you could put money in there, right? Especially if you think it can be like another Dogecoin or something. But I'm still playing with a lot more speculative bets right now, which is higher risk, I would say. But if one of them takes off, hey, I can make a lot of money off of that. But again, I'm waiting. Like when I'm buying stuff right now, I'm basically just waiting for whenever altcoin season starts. It may happen this month. It may happen next month. It may happen even freaking January. But I'm holding until then, which means I have to just deal with the day-to-day volatility. And hopefully, if Bitcoin hits $100,000 or something like that, and we see a little bit more resistance, maybe I'll scale out of some of those altcoins. But that's going to be it's going to be because Bitcoin's at some really hard to break out, really hard level to break out from. Mantra seems to hold up well even when Bitcoin goes down. That could be another thing to just kind of hold and grind, let it grind up. So is now the time to buy into these? I mean, I've been dollar cost averaging into them for what, like 4 or 5 weeks now, guys? Other tokens have been dollar cost averaging into them since like June, May, right? So, yeah, I mean, we've been buying this stuff up for a while. But again, people are now getting more excited about cryptocurrency because Bitcoin's hitting all-time highs, left and right. Every other day we're hitting all-time highs. But now people don't have the opportunity to get into those really low prices from way back in the day, months ago. And that's when, again, if you guys are here with me every day, which I know a lot of you guys were, they were just a different type of boring time in the market. We did nothing. It was like a little bit of upward swinging, a little bit of downward swinging, but ultimately it was just consolidation. Daily MACDs flipping up, daily MACDs flipping down, and then just watching it all, like, all those profits go away if you didn't sell at the right time. see. People are selling their altcoins to buy Bitcoin today. Yes, they have been. Yes. So guys, definitely high risk, but the community and traders are growing. Only 2 days old. There you go. Hey Victor, I'm still holding Ethereum right now. It seems to be coming down like a lot of other assets, but I still think it has enough momentum to keep on going. Part of me feels like Ethereum is just dealing with that weekly death cross here that Bitcoin didn't have, and I feel like they're just pulling it down a little bit more. I'm still positive or optimistic that Ethereum can break out here and go to all-time, well, I guess all-time highs aren't over here, but all-time highs over here sometime in December. But yeah, we've definitely been a little bit more of a bearish mood here, which is fine. Solana has been where all the activity's been at. I think there's an effort to make Solana flip Ethereum this cycle. I don't know if it's going to happen, of course, but there's been a move to do that right now, I would say. Don't be a Davy day trader. What is a Davy day trader? There's so many different settings. I just don't know how people talk these days. You've been talking about taking profits? Of course, dude. I will always recommend taking profits. There's nothing wrong with taking profits. I don't know why people think taking profits is a bad thing. If you guys feel like you've made enough profit or you're hitting your price targets, you better take some profits. And again, for altcoins and meme coins, if you took profits when we were talking about it, you're happy because those tokens are down lower than they were back then. Bitcoin, on the other hand, I took 7% profit at 81,000. No, 80,000. And then 3% profit at 91,000. There you go. And then so far I haven't done anything else, but I'm waiting to see if I can scale it a little bit more around $98,000.99. I think I'm going to scale another 5% here for those long-term Bitcoin holds. That's the type of stuff we bought when FTX was crashing and burning in flames, right? Those were the fun days. But yeah, I'm never against taking profits, dude. That's crazy to not take profits. Like, how do you, if you're not taking profits, you're probably just taking home losses, dude. That's not what you want to do at all. No one getting those low prices, but Michael Saylor doesn't care. He's buying. Thank God for Michael Saylor, dude. When he buys, we are all very, very happy. Sounds like a Debbie Downer for Davy day trader. I know. Some people have really bad days trading, and all I can chalk that up to is the market is moving in their direction, right? Or maybe they just don't understand some part of the market, and so they're trading. And they see everybody else making money around them, and they lose money during that same day, and they're like, oh, I'm fucking pissed off, so I'm going to go vent to some YouTuber online. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? I mean, like, I don't know. I used to be more offended by that type of shit. I used to care. Now I'm just like, something must be up with you. You're having a bad day. I've had a bad day myself, you know. It's okay. It's okay. Which is why we basically just have to, like, chill, let this grind. But again, right now, what am I doing? I'm dollar cost averaging, and I have a long on Bitcoin. That's basically it. And that's only because of the 4-hour chart, though. And that 4-hour chart was, as I explained earlier, it was not pretty when I opened up that trade. I lost money for about 8 hours until it kind of went okay. Wow, there you go. Bust out the cigars. I will smoke a cigar with you guys later on tomorrow. That's for sure. Actually, I gotta end the stream right now because I'm supposed to be at a place in like 20 minutes, so I'm definitely gonna be late. I'm wearing shorts, so I need to put on some khakis. But as far as Bitcoin is right now, we're breaking out to all-time highs. We should be able to reach $100,000 before the end of the month with the pace we're making, which again is absolutely insane. Keep an eye out for potential pullback signs, but we just haven't hit any of those yet. I'm going to be very curious to see what the people at CNBC and Fox Business say about Bitcoin tomorrow, because they've definitely had to change their tune over the years. I think Fox Business is definitely more pro-Bitcoin now, but I still look at the people on CNBC, and they still laugh at Bitcoin, which is hilarious. And their CNBC world is... I wish they would have more of an understanding of cryptocurrency. They're more of an institutional news network, so I kind of understand the way they're trying to go with it. But I wish I could make a channel like theirs where I just talk about the news of the day. In fact, maybe I will, but it just won't be as beautifully edited. I'll have to pay somebody to do that for me, perhaps, right? But yeah, so I will see you guys a little bit later on tomorrow. You can see Bitcoin is going quite well right now. I'm going to move you guys over to the Dogecoin Bitcoin stream so you guys can see both of these assets taking some good news and good profits. There might be another influencer on right now as well. I was going to play this video about Gary Gensler losing, but we didn't have time. No other influencer is on right now, which is kind of crazy. I guess everybody's busy. CryptoRS? No. CryptoRS is live. There we go. There we go. Right? Bitcoin will explode when this happens. So he's up live. He knows what's happening. So make sure to keep an eye on him. Bitcoin continues to go to all-time highs. And I may open up a stream later on tonight when I get back home. It just depends on when I get back home and if I'm extremely tired or not. So see you guys a little bit later on. And thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it.